Hi, I'm Lawrence from Creative Recruiters, and today I want to talk to the freelancers out there who struggle with updating their CV and folio. You know, the nature of freelance is to jump from job to job. I remember years ago working with a fantastic lady named Kelsey back in my music industry days. And Kelsey had been working for about 3 or 4 years in a permanent job, but then she ended up deciding to go into freelance when I went into creative recruitment. And after that 1 year of doing freelance, I remember her saying to me that she had learnt more about her craft in that time than she had in the previous 3 or 4 years beforehand. So going to do freelance is definitely something that can help to really develop those skills, not just technically, but you also learn how to develop new skills like building rapport and how to communicate with different people and how to make sure you get that brief right. These kind of things can be hard to represent on your CV though, and perhaps even a little bit harder to represent within your folio. You know, if you're a good professional freelancer, you're often in demand, and so it can be quite busy for yourself, and you may not even think at the time about considering updating your folio until you actually need to. So I want to tell you a little bit of tips today in order to help with that. If you have a notebook that you use on assignments, have a checklist at the end of it that includes determining if the work is folio worthy and if you should be asking for permission for it. Those sort of things that are just kind of, professional end of job kind of questions to make sure that it's ending on a good note. If you do include work that many people have worked on, make sure that you clearly included what your involvement is within that piece of work. Never include work that you haven't asked for permission for, and make sure that you get that permission in writing. For your CV, the focus should be less on the company, unless of course it's a massively big name, but more so on perhaps the type of work that you did. What kind of industry sector is it in? What was your involvement on it? You might list that you worked at company XYZ Proprietary Limited, but if that person hasn't heard of a company and don't know what they do, then it's not really going to mean terribly much to them. Instead of listing each individual freelance role, perhaps have freelancing as one title and listing some of the things that you've done underneath that. Don't include a month here or a day there because it just looks a little too hodgepodge. Your CV is all about your skills and what you can produce. It's essentially a sales document. So consider your own personal brand in this, and also how does your CV sell that. So if you're a freelancer and you are looking for work opportunities, then you can always drop me a line here at Creative Recruiters. You can find us online at www.creativerecruiters.com.au. You can find us on LinkedIn as well. We have a fantastic LinkedIn group. And you can also check out my blog on LinkedIn as well. Nothing like a bit of shameless self-promotion. In the meantime though, thanks for watching, and we'll see you around.